We have now approached our final quarter of programming. Guess what this closing segment is called? You all missed Chit Chat with Manoj last month, didn't you? Thanks for your emails regarding this segment's inquiries. Mr. Singh was abroad, but is back in town. We are happy as we ourselves quite missed him and his interaction with the community members. I know that he is filming today. What is his presentation? Let's discover together.
Welcome to Chit Chat. I'm Manoj Singh. Hello, Adab, Namaste. So I was recently in India, and of course, the headline news every day was elections, and everyone was excited. I was there for the whole last 6-7 weeks when the elections were going, and I also left after the results were announced. So I am happy that Narendra Modi is our next Prime Minister. And we do need a change. I could feel in the air, and I'm from Madhya Pradesh. It was pretty obvious that BJP is going to win. There was a lot of excitement, and we did need this change. I think it was pretty obvious that Congress has to go because very little was done to stop the corruption, and people were really frustrated. So I'm also happy. Congratulations to Mr. Modi and his government. And what I want to do today is I want to request, I have two parts. One, a 5-point agenda, which can be a low-hanging fruits, quick results. So at least when I go next time to India, I feel happy that something is happening. And then I have 5 more points for the term of his office. I'll give him more time and see what happens. So let's go to the low-hanging fruits, the quick results. This is my request based on my experience. First, can we please stop honking the horn? Everyone, bus, car, two-wheelers are constantly honking horn. And I was on the road between two cities quite often, and I would see that number one, a lot of times the horn was not required. And number two, it doesn't produce any results. It seems like people have gotten so used to of it. Even the cows who were sitting on the road didn't bother if you're honking a horn because they're so tuned to it. So can we please come up with something or implement some law or some policy that the horns are required only at turns or something, and otherwise there would be a fine? I'll be very happy. Let's go to number 2. So I was there during elections, and I had to go between two cities, like I said, where our house is and our village, and there were several checkpoints. These were, of course, requested by the Election Commission. The cars were being stopped, checked for cash and also for weapon and all of that. And what I saw was what I didn't like was the attitude of the police. I think one of the first things Modi government can do is ask the police to reach out to the people, become more friendly with the people. People are scared even to write an FIR because they feel like if I go to the police station, maybe I'm creating more headaches for myself than solving any problem. So I think we saw the Satyamev Jayate program of Amir Khan, and he showed, I think one of the states, Kerala, has come up with a program where police is really friendly, and people themselves have now started going and asking police for help. Number 3, this is also my experience on the road. There were tolls on the road. I'm very happy that certain highways are being made. It made my journey short and comfortable. But through the tolls, I noticed anyone with a red light or a number plate, certain title, went through the tolls not giving anything. And there was even on the boards exceptions for certain people. Why? I mean, people like Janpad Adhyaksh or MLA or MP, do we know if they are on their official trip or a private trip? If they are, they should pay like any other citizen. They are using the road. And so I will request that everyone should be treated equally. Number 4, this again, if you're brought up in India, a few times I even took the train for convenience, and the toilets are still open. So I'm standing there for an express train in the morning, and another train comes before mine, and guess what? The whole platform was stinking because all the waste which is created in the toilets is right on the tracks, and it's horrible. You can see the garbage. I think Modi government should talk to the railway minister and see if we can implement some tanks or a flushing system, or so that people don't see our filth on the track. I would be very happy, because I think we at least were brought up in India, so at least know about it. But I'm pretty sure that foreigners who come from other countries must be feeling really, really sick. Number 5, I think you should take swift action when it comes to corruption. It's become part of life, and that is the main reason I think the Aam Aadmi Party came about, Kejriwal. That was his message, and people would definitely feel a change if steps are taken in that direction. I think the biggest reason for the change in government was corruption. So if these few things happen, even within a year, I will definitely give you kudos and feel like something is happening. Now, there are certain things which will take time, I understand. So I give you time for the whole term of your office, and those 5 are, let me go over them. At least, now these are my opinion, and I am pretty sure you will agree with some of them. I even spoke to my own drivers and was asking them how they feel. One of the things I did realize, even my taxi driver in Delhi and Bombay, they said now even they have realized what works and what does not work, because you must have seen Modi government got a complete mandate, so they can form their own government, and there are no coalitions to blame. So people are becoming smart. I think Modi was the right choice, given the candidates who were standing. So let's go to the 5-point agenda. This is a long-term plan. Roads. I think this was started when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, and let's make it a point to complete these roads. I've seen that part of them have been made, but they're very slow. And if major cities are connected, that will really, really help people, and not only with comfort, but also with economics, with the transportation, with so many benefits people can get from it. Reduce government assistance. In Madhya Pradesh, I know people love our Chief Minister, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and he's done a lot for the farmers and the poor people. But when I talk to these people in my own village, they have a special card, especially the poor people, and they get a certain amount of ration free, certain amount of benefits free if they have a daughter. Now, what is happening on the ground, what I have seen even in my own farm, they become more lazy, because what happens is they have a certain amount of ration free for first or a very minimal charge, and until they have that for first few days of the month, they don't work, they stay home, they find excuses, and they show up at work once they have nothing in their home. So I feel like there should be some program of training them, some incentive, rather than just giving them freebies. Number 3, I am very unhappy with what has happened in the last few years. Stop the division of states and renaming of capitals and cities. How does people gain from it? It seems like it's a diversion from the real issues. I mean, India is poor to begin with. We have like state like Madhya Pradesh has a huge bureaucracy, huge payroll. And I remember a few years back, a friend of mine was a minister, and he told me sometimes there is even that they don't have money to pay for the next paycheck, next month. So now you have created another bureaucracy, a big expense of building a ministry, and now there will be another chief minister, another governor, and then services for them. I feel like this is totally unnecessarily done, and it was mainly done to get votes, which I think country comes first. And same with the cities. I mean, I don't know. I was comfortable with Bombay. Why was it named Mumbai? Or don't take it this personally, but this is just my opinion, or even Chennai. The fourth, law and order should be same for all, regardless of the states or religion. Why, I don't know, we have that Kashmir gets special benefits, or there is I think a different law for the Muslims. I think it should be like US, no matter what religion you are, what caste you are, but the law is same for every citizen. That is at least my opinion and my request. You might differ from me. And Indians are very good in copying cultural celebrations like Valentine's Day and all of that from US. Why not copy some of these things as well? Like, for example, the first point I had made, noise. You're not allowed to do have a certain amount of noise more than a certain decibel during the night, because you might be religious. All these early morning at 4 or 5 in the morning, you start hearing prayers from the mosque, and then mandirs compete with them. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that religious, and why bother people who are not religious? That 4 or 5 in the morning, you have a loudspeaker screaming out prayers. It is fine that you are religious, but another point is, I didn't know that God cannot listen until you have a loudspeaker. So I think we should do something about that. So coming back to the long-term agenda, implement behavioral change. Now this is the most toughest one. Can we, all of us, make an effort in India and us when we go there, or even the government, to form a line at airports, at the banks, at railway crossings, and it seems like everyone is in a rush and they all want to just rush to the counter or rush to the gate, when the same thing can be streamlined and we can take flights on time, we can form a line, respect each other, and this will require some discipline, some policies, I don't know. I mean, this could be a discussion for the officials in India to see how we can do this behavioral change. So these are some of my points I wanted to make. If these happen, I am happy. I'm happy for the new government. Cautiously optimistic, because I'm not that happy with the cabinet, because some of them who have been put in the cabinet have a record. But I wish them all the best. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for India, and hopefully things will improve. Thank you, and all the best.